there's some business conversation that's coming around. A former quarterback. Connor has a question for you, Shefty.
Yeah, Shefty, why are the owners making it so hard on Tom Brady just to get a little piece of the Raiders? Now it's coming out that, if he does become part owner, that he's not going to be able to sit in production meetings with players. Yeah, here's the tweet right here. Not have access to practice. What's the deal here? And is this just inevitably going to get done for Tom, or are they going to try and put all these different things in place so that it doesn't get done?
Well, no, here's the situation. Other owners have objected to him being a partial owner of the Raiders and being a broadcaster, considering, let's just say, Tom Brady is assigned to the number one game that week. And let's just say Tom Brady, his Raiders are playing the Chiefs. How can you have a guy who's a partial owner of the team go to Chiefs practice or sit in on meetings? You can't do that. So other owners have objected to that type of thing. And they said, if he's approved as the owner, they're going to have to put in place certain rules, which, I mean, again, you'd like to think somebody would be professional enough to abide by that. But again, he's owning the team. He'd be a partial owner of the team. So teams that are going against the Raiders don't want Tom Brady in their broadcast meetings and in their production meetings. They want him.
I want to say this. Just nobody has said the angle that I'm saying, and I can't believe that this isn't what everybody's thought was immediately. So he doesn't have to travel to another city early to watch any practices. He doesn't have to sit in those 4 to 5 hour production meetings on Zoom or in person. He can just show up on game day, call the game, and he's getting paid $350 million, and he owns an NFL team. That sounds like the perfect, and allegedly Tom Brady's camp not happy because he wants to be over-prepared and he wants to see and everything like that.
By the way, as a color analyst, and I've never been an analyst, so I don't know this, and I've been in some production meetings in my life back when I was the initial sideline reporter for NFL Network Thursday night games with Brian Gumbel. And
I remember that. I remember you back there, Shefty. Yeah.
Back in the day. So, you go through those production meetings. I'm just telling you, I wouldn't want to be an analyst for a game, a play-by-play man for a game, a sideline reporter for a game, and not go through those meetings.
Yeah, but he'll get the transcript. He'll get the, right?
I guess. I guess they would send him the transcript. No, they wouldn't. If he's the partial owner of the Raiders, because those meetings are very candid and honest, and coaches tell you what they think of players and what they're planning to do and how they want to attack that team. No, he's not going to get the transcripts of those meetings.
Gosh. All right, so maybe I was wrong in thinking that this was awesome for Tom. But
now you could say, okay, Tom doesn't go to the meetings, he doesn't go to the practice, but he calls the game. But then what insight does he have other than being Tom Brady?
That might be enough.
That feels like it's good enough to me.
That's a lot, but he doesn't have the insight and the benefit of sitting in and preparing the way that he would want, the way that everybody else does for these games about these teams.
I agree.
That's what goes on.
I agree, but if you could be an owner of a team and make $350 million a show,
that's having his cake and eating it too. Of course, he would love to do that.
Yeah, as soon as I read it, they're like, Tom's in a bad spot. It's like, what? This is not he's getting $300-some million to call a game. He's only going to show up one, not even allowed to do more.
By the way, if you're Fox, again, he's Tom Brady. I got it. He's one of the most iconic people of all time in sports. But if you're Fox and you're paying Tom Brady all that money, don't you want him to be as involved as he can be in getting ready for a game and being as prepared as he can be for a game? But now, all of a sudden, you can't go to practice, you can't go to production meetings, you can't prepare the way that every other analyst prepares for a game?
That might be force majeure there.
It
might be a force majeure situation in there.
Yeah.
I'm assuming somebody's going to have to kind of look into the details of that whole thing. All I know is Tom Brady calling a game, just watching a game. Like if he's just watching a simulcast, I'm going to be glued to it for at least a year. Now, year 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess that's where it really starts getting into the whole thing.